coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Municipalities across the province are sharpening their pencils as they unveil their 2017 budgets. As you take a drive down the number 4 highway in Swift Current, you'll notice construction underway at the new Cypress Pointe Subdivision. The week of February 13th through the 18th was declared Bronco Week in Swift Current by Mayor Dennis Perot as a way to build community pride and support for the team. Thanks for joining us here today. The City of Swift Current has released its annual budget, and once again, local taxpayers will be digging deep into their pockets. Municipalities across the province are sharpening their pencils as they unveil their 2017 budgets. Such is the case with the City of Swift Current, who anticipated an estimated $173,000 decrease in revenue sharing from the province. It's dealing with increased costs for policing, general labor costs, and other increased expenses. On Monday, Mayor Dennis Perot unveiled the city's annual budget in council chambers. The overall city budget for the coming year includes an operating increase of 3.4% and an increase of 4.7% to the capital budget. And when combined with the healthcare levy, results in a total tax increase of 8.76%. A budget which Mayor Dennis Perot stands by during these challenging economic times.
Percentages in themselves are actually tough things to look at. The City of Swift Current takes in about $13 million of tax revenue. The City of Yorkton takes in $23 million of tax revenue. So a percentage increase for them is very different than a percentage increase for us, even though we've got the same population. And so I'd rather look at it as dollars, and what we're looking at, and that's I think what the public would most likely like to know, that an average taxpayer, an average home here in Swift Current is likely going to see a $10.83 increase per month or $130 per year. That's what we're looking for. That's what we need in order to have a safe and caring community with a professional fire service and a professional police service. That's to have our parks and our recreation. That's to have all the wonderful things that we've come to take for granted here that make Swift Current, in my opinion, it's where life makes sense.
Expenses in the 2017 budget include $28.6 million for operating, $26.5 million for capital expenses, totaling just over $55 million, compared to $79.1 million for 2016. Areas of focus for the coming year will include a number of capital projects, including refrigeration upgrades to the Fairview Arena, work on the Northeast Parkway expansion, traffic light structures, along with general upgrades to streets and sidewalks. All ongoing upkeep for a growing community.
Unfortunately, there's some infrastructure that we can't say no to anymore. Our bridges are one of them, our roads are another, and all those pipes underground are things that we need to look at. We need to proactively fix those things for our children and our children's children. We all expect safe water. We all expect safe wastewater. And in order to do those things, we've got to look at those projects sooner than later.
An overall budget which many in the business community are now taking in stride after hearing the formal presentation during the State of the City address hosted by the Swift Current Chamber of Commerce.
In Swift Current, I think relative to other cities of our size, we're still in a good spot. So to me, seeing an increase isn't a surprise. I think it, if you look at the things they have lined up for substantiating that increase, seems very reasonable.
There's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be updated, and so I think that in all fairness, I guess for the $10 and I think 83 cents a month, I think we have to move forward, and I think it was a pretty good budget.
And following the decision to cut costs of production of the actual budget books for 2017, only a limited number of copies of the 2017 City of Swift Current budget are available to the general public at City Hall, with a full budget breakdown and slide presentation available online through the city's website. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Construction has finally started at the much-debated Cypress Pointe subdivision, first with a series of duplexes. As you take a drive down the number 4 highway in Swift Current, you'll notice construction underway at the new Cypress Pointe subdivision. Crews have been busy over the past several weeks starting the first phase of a multi-duplex project, with basements already poured on site.
There are 8 lots that will be accommodated for duplexes. There's 4 units that will be starting up this year, so on the 4 lots. And the next, 2 phases will follow.
He goes on to add that interest is starting to pick up for the 81-lot subdivision, which includes potential for construction of a range of dwellings, including multi- and single-family units to duplexes.
2017, I think, will be a really exciting year. We're happy to see everything starting to come together out there. Like you said, the entrance feature is just about done. We'll be starting the landscaping on the 3.5-acre park out there in 2017 as well. And you're right, we have seen quite a bit more interest to start construction in 2017, especially on the single-family lots. We already have a couple spoken for at this point. Everyone's trying to find get the lot that they want before somebody else snaps it up. And additionally, there's quite a few amenities around that area, which I think just help the sales in this new neighborhood. They're walking distance from, of course, Elmwood Golf Course, which will be newly renovated and finished by the end of this year. They're also walking distance from Bronco games and getting to check out the newly named Swift Current 57s. They're just across the road from the only off-leash dog park in town.
More information on the Cypress Pointe subdivision in Swift Current is available through the Planning and Development Department at City Hall or online. Market Square is a summer tradition in downtown Swift Current, and organizers are now searching for entertainers, food vendors, and artisans to be part of the excitement for the upcoming season. Contact Marlene today at 750-7888 and spend your Saturdays in downtown Swift Current this summer. Market Square, proudly presented by the City of Swift Current, Standard Motors, Innovation Credit Union, and Southwest TV News. This is Bronco Week in Swift Current, and in this report we find out more about the game night promotions. As the regular season for the Swift Current Broncos nears completion, the franchise is continually trying to attract more hockey fans out to the Iplex. The week of February 13th through the 18th was declared Bronco Week in Swift Current by Mayor Dennis Perot as a way to build community pride and support for the team, while shining a spotlight on their hopes for a playoff spot.
We are sitting 3rd in the East Division, sitting pretty for a playoff spot. And when we were looking at the schedule this week, we were looking at the standings and we saw, wow, we have 3 quality opponents across the league coming into town here. And we thought, let's make this Bronco Week. As we are only a month away from the 2017 WHL playoffs, let's just really hype this week and try to get the City of Swift Current and all fans throughout the Southwest Saskatchewan, for that matter, to understand that this team has a legit shot this year. And we want to encourage everybody to see the type of on-ice product we have.
A community promotion which the city's mayor is eager to endorse.
We're a community-owned team. The rink that we're standing in is owned by the City of Swift Current, leased to the Broncos at an extremely affordable rate. We're behind the team. We're behind the team in any way that we can be, and that goes from putting up the nice Jumbotron, our video screens, that goes to being a true partner to this organization. And the city's got the Broncos back, and we want to see real success out of the Broncos, not just on the ice, but also financially. And that happens when people can come and support and rally the team. So please come out.
The promotion for the trio of home games kicked off on Wednesday in support of the SPCA, followed by a Craven Jamboree ticket night sponsored by the Prairie Post on Friday, and the Swift Current 57's game night on Saturday, which honors the parents and billet families of the 2016-17 Swift Current Broncos players with the 50-50 jackpot starting at $5,000 that night. Tickets for the weekend lineup versus the visiting Medicine Hat Tigers and Everett Silvertips are all available from the stable or online.
Once it was up, everything kind of went in slow motion a little bit, and looked like it was just floating down. And once Doki caught it, we went crazy.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.